Congratulations, Susan Graham. You won the Plum Island Sea Cabin extra large t-shirt and that amazing jar of Dog Whelks. So I'll be reaching out to you in the comments to let you know you won. But if you want to send me an email at plumislandseacabin@gmail.com with your address, I'll gladly ship these out to you. And thank you so much for everyone else who participated. Stay tuned for future giveaways. We have a lot of shells to give away. And if you want to buy a t-shirt or a hoodie like the one I'm wearing today, check out my Etsy page. I just loaded a bunch of them up there for sale. And now, let's get to shelling.
We're on a 2-day Cape Cod adventure and we're hitting as many beaches as we can. This is the first time I've ever done a 2-day video, so I'm trying to keep you posted and in the loop on where we are in our trip. I will not be going in the water here, not even my feet.
So 4 days, just 4 days after we left the Cape, an entire whale skeleton washed up on shore. It was found by Sally Limerick, who lives in Rhode Island, who was up at the Cape visiting. I don't want to give the exact location because it is illegal to collect any bone specimens from any mammals that wash up on the beaches without a permit. But I can say we were right around the corner from this. So one of the really incredible things about this find is that the baleen washed up fully intact. So that's really rare. That hardly ever happens. Another thing to take note of is our first day on the Cape. I'm not sure if you saw that video yet. If you didn't, go back and watch the previous video. But my sister found a dolphin disc vertebrae. And I'll show you, I'll put that up on the screen here so you can see it. But you can see the size of that if it's kind of in my sister's palm. But check out the size of these discs in this vertebrae. They are massive. So even though we missed out on experiencing this in real life and stumbling upon this ourselves, Sally, thank you so much for sending these pictures in. We really appreciate you sharing your experience with us. This is a super big treat. So thank you so much. And now we're going to jump into day 2 of our Cape Cod adventure.
Another morning, another beach. Day 2. So I'm so used to looking down at the ground for shells. Look at this cute little sandbar. I'm gonna walk out to the tippity tip of that. Let's check it out. Let's go. Pretty gnarly looking female. Got a lot of limpets. Oops, still alive. We are gonna put her back in the water. Turn her around. And there she goes on her merry way. Sorry I called you gnarly. When I say it, I mean it in a beautiful way. And we made it off that sandbar just in time. Check out how quick that tide comes in. Like we just walked off of it. We would have been trapped on our own little island. And it is way too cold and windy for swimming today. Check out this northern quahog. I am really hoping that it is whole and fully intact and stays hinged. But look at the markings on that. Yes! A little bit of seaweed attached to it. Get that off. But look at the markings. This is one of my favorite things to find on the Cape. I just discovered them on this trip and I love them. I can't get enough of them. Every time I see one, I need to grab it. It is a northern quahog and I am loving them. So cool. See if we can find more. So I see people all the time on Facebook talking about the Cape and saying it is not the place to go for shells. And I have to disagree. I mean, I think you just have to know where to go to find them. You just got to do your research. Because we are having a banner day here. And I can't even say, like, sometimes people go, oh, but the shells aren't that great. The shells are great here. The colors and the variety, and I'm finding different species that I have never seen before. First time finds. So this is a mermaid's purse, a skate egg casing. So little baby skates are born out of these. If you get a chance, Google them. They're adorable. They look like they're smiling at you. They're very cute sea creatures. I love when the tide pulls the water out. And it creates like these little rivers that run out to the bay or the ocean. But in it, there's all these cool shells because it pulls the sand off, exposing all of the different layers of shells that were buried underneath. So I like to explore them. Because when you find something in one of these underneath the water where it's all glistening like that, it kind of makes it a little extra special. Ah, that would have been really cool if that was hinged. I mean, it's really cool anyway, because look at how beautiful that is. But if it was hinged, it would have added a whole new layer of coolness to it. This barnacle. Check out that barnacle on this slipper shell. I am loving every second of this. Something interesting down here. cute little male horseshoe crab. And you can tell it's a male because the front of it has that little curvature to it. It's a nice specimen, and we will leave that here. But it was a cool little find. It's always excited to dig them out to see if they're whole. And this little guy was. Oh, wow. Look at that. Let me get the shadows out of the shot for you. But that is incredible. I am not a big fan of limpets, jingle shells, flat slipper shells, or slipper shells in general. But there's something really beautiful about this surf clam shell with all the colors. It almost reminds me of a Gustav Klimt painting. That is really gorgeous. Not finding a lot on this beach because it is very rocky. Found a few pieces of sea glass and some nice tumbled beach stones, but this is worth the visit to Herring's Cove Beach. I've never seen anything like this before. So you got your common surf clam here, and then you turn it over and get this amazing surprise. So awesome. So not much sea glass, but the one piece I did find was very polished and very finished. And then also these really cool beach stones are very pure, whether they're white or they're translucent. So a lot of really interesting things at Herring's Cove Beach. So at first I wasn't quite sure. All I saw was a bunch of rocks, but a lot of little surprises hanging around here. I'm loving all these stones. Cool piece of bone fragment found on the beach here. Look at that purple wampum. Wowza. I've been leaving a ton of shells today, but I need to add this one to my collection. I am very impressed by this. Wow. I am loving these clams that I'm finding with these beautiful markings on them. They're probably very common here on the Cape, so people that live here are probably watching going, oh, I find those every day, a dime a dozen. But it just goes to show you, you know, when you're not from an area, something that is common to someone that lives in the area is a treasure to someone else. And I actually have to take a page from that book from when I'm on Plum Island and I walk by all of the hardshell clams and the quahogs. And some people are in the comments like, why are you walking by those? And it's like you walk by them every day and you get used to them, and gotta stop taking things for granted and really pick them up and explore them and hold them up close to the camera to give you all a really good look. Because there is so much beauty in nature. Another great day of shelling in the books. Check out that sunset.